Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my current credit card lineup. For those newer to the channel, I started my own credit card journey 3 years ago when I was 19 years old, being added as an authorized user to a card that my mom never really used. In May 2023, I got my own first credit card in my name. This setup is just getting started, and as I learn more every single day about which credit cards I like and how my spending has evolved, I'm going to adjust and plan ahead accordingly to make sure I'm getting the most value out of every card I get. Before diving into which cards I have specifically, just some background. I'm currently a graduate student finishing up my final year for my master's degree, so I am on a pretty strict budget. That being said, I do plan on getting some more annual fee credit cards once I do graduate and start my job in June. If you are looking for a great beginner setup, I definitely would recommend checking out some of the cards I'm talking about today. Even though these cards do have no annual fee, they are great, as some of them will let you get points back on your rent, and some are just great overall cards to have in your wallet. The card I use most is the Chase Freedom Unlimited. The reason I really love this card is because its versatility everywhere you go, comboed with that $0 annual fee, allows you to get tons of cash back without having to worry about specific spending categories. Freedom Unlimited will allow you to earn 1.5% cash back everywhere you go, with 3% cash back on dining, 3% back at drugstores, and 5% back at Chase Travel. Being on a more limited budget, I have not traveled a lot since holding this card, so I haven't actually gotten any value out of that 5% cash back, but with the other spending categories, I've gotten a ton of cash back from. Additionally, my sign-up bonus was 1.5% additional cash back everywhere I go for the entirety of the first year I hold the card. This has effectively made the card a 3% flat rate card for me, allowing me to get 3% back on my groceries, on my gas, on every other purchase I can get. On top of that, 4.5% on my dining and 4.5% back at drugstores. With that being said, it's really hard for me not to use this credit card because 3% cash back typically is the top range for a lot of these more $0 annual fee based cards. So I love using this wherever I go to really maximize my value. Another reason I really love this card is because of all the little perks and offers hidden within the card. For example, if you go onto the Chase website here, you can see for my Freedom Unlimited, there's tons of little offers for 5, 10, or even more % cash back at these different areas. One of them that I've used quite frequently is for CVS, as I do go there to pick up medicine, and then I'll be able to use that 10% cash back to get a little bit more back when I do have to spend. Even once my sign-up bonus runs out in June, I will still have 1.5% cash back everywhere I go, so I'll use this more as a flex card instead of my more day-to-day card as it's used now. At that point though, I should have more cards in my lineup with annual fees that will allow me to get more value out of those specific spending categories. The second card in my lineup, and what I do have to say is my favorite card that I do carry, is the Bilt Mastercard. I picked up my Bilt card back in June 2023, and it immediately allowed me to start earning tons of cash back. And the biggest reason I love having this credit card in my lineup is for the cash back I can earn on my rent. The Bilt Mastercard will allow you to earn cash back on your rent without any of those additional fees that you'll typically see with transactions for credit cards on rent. This card allows me to earn 1x point back on my rent, 2x points back on my travel, and 3x points back on dining. With no annual fee, the Bilt Mastercard is such a fantastic card to carry your lineup, especially if you're someone that's going to be spending on rent. One of the little details that I don't really care about this card for is that you do have to make 5 purchases each month to be able to redeem your points for the month you spend. That basically means that if I only use this card for rent, I won't actually earn those points back for it, so I'll have to make 4 additional purchases on top of that. For me, I typically use this for my smaller dollar purchases, such as like a simple 99-cent purchase here or a dollar purchase there, just to make sure I'm hitting all my spending without missing out on too much cash back. Aside from that little annoyance that I do find with this card, I think that it's fantastic as there's tons of little perks and trivia games that you can actually earn more cash back with. One of my favorite things to do is play the Bilt Trivia at the start of each month, which will allow me to earn anywhere from $1 of cash back to maybe $2.50 of cash back by simply just playing trivia for fun. On top of that, Bilt has also had this rent day celebration where they'll allow you to earn additional cash back at the start of each month. You can double your categories in both travel and dining to essentially get 4x on your travel and 6x points on your dining on the first of every month. Going back to the Chase cards, the third card on my list is my Chase Freedom Flex. This is the newest addition to my credit card lineup coming in September 2023, and I absolutely love using this credit card for its rotating quarterly categories. With no annual fee, you can earn 5% cash back on different categories throughout the year, depending on what Chase is selected for that quarter. The way this card works is that you can get 5% cash back at those different spending categories each quarter of the year, whether it's for gas or groceries or at wholesale clubs or specific stores such as Amazon. There's a ton of cash back you can earn with this card with no annual fee. I signed up for the credit card. The next category for the next quarter of the year was wholesale clubs. For me, I do a lot of my shopping at BJ's, and it allows me to get 5% cash back on those purchases every single week I go to get my typical bulk groceries there. Having that 5% cash back there and 3% everywhere else with my Freedom Unlimited has really allowed me to maximize my spending, especially in this quarter of the year. Once the quarter ends, I'll be able to see what the next quarter will allow me to earn 5% cash back on, and I'll be able to go back to just earning 3% back at those wholesale clubs with my Freedom Unlimited. But as a whole, I think that this card's fantastic to have. It does have a hit or miss cycle. There might be a quarter of the year where you can't really use the card just because it's not in the specific category you really spend at. But if you do have something that matches up, it'll really allow you to make the most bang for your buck. As a whole, I really love the versatility and opportunity to earn tons of cash back with this card at so many different places. The fourth credit card on my list is my typical USAA Amex rewards card. I don't really know what to call it, as it's not too common out there, but it was my first credit card I signed up for. If you guys saw my other video with my regrets, and I do love having this card just because it keeps a line of credit open, but I have not used it since the first week I got it. With USAA not being open to everyone out there, I won't say too much about this card other than it gets me 3 times points back on my dining and 2 times points back on my groceries with no annual fee. I don't ever plan on closing this card as it is my first line of credit open in my own name. However, I don't plan on getting much use out of it either. It's just a nice card to have in my wallet. I do hope that this video was a bit more informative on what my current plans are and what cards I do carry in my wallet, being someone that is newer to the credit card game and also in college with not a huge budget that I can spend for these higher dollar annual fee cards. I would love to make another one of these videos in the future, probably in a year, to see how far I've gone and what cards I add in 2024. Aside from that, if you guys are really interested in my own personal regrets for my own journey with credit cards, be sure to check out that video from last week, link down below and up above. Aside from that, please make sure you guys go like, subscribe, and comment. It really helps with the channel. I'll see you guys.